Pounders, welcome back. BBM draft number 50. We are officially behind the fill rate of the contest. Let me pull up. It looks like it's 37.9% full. And obviously, 1 out of 3 will be at 33% after this draft. Mostly just doing the eliminators to put off drafting BBM during this information lull has been very, very tough. But we've managed, and now we can slowly trickle back into BBM as I mean, we have to eventually scratch this itch. 1 out of 13, 1 out of 16. Just this is the year, boys. This is the year. We snuck in. We're getting pick 8. Shout out to Mason. I thought he was gonna do a $50 sprint, but I know he's live right now. Maybe there was something with maybe the sprint was like plus 10 or something, and they couldn't fill it. But I doubt it. I feel like Mason can fill drafts pretty quick. But shout out to Frank at the 5 spot. Nick Bach at 9. Going to be a user of the overlay. Same thing with Frank at pick 5. Let me update my exposures. Make sure I have the overlay set to Bestball Mania only, because we do want to get these exposures down for this contest, and that's one of my favorite parts about this. Just being able to set it to BBM, see what these exposures are. Let's put on week 16 and week 17. Let's hit refresh, and it's as easy as that. 1-2, CMC, and then Lamb, Roto Street Wolf. Doesn't sound familiar. If anyone else snuck in here with us, let us know where you're drafting from. But this should be pretty fun. We got Mason here at the 6th spot. Whiteout, what's up, man? Getting here early. Logan in the house. Robin, what's up? Jeff, Ben, Gronk. I knew he'd be a fan of the stream. I knew it. We see a little Breece Hall at 3 being pulled up to the front of the board. Maybe again a different combo here. We'll have to check what the 3 spot's up to. Do we get Justin Jefferson here at 8? No, he's going off the board. I would assume here. One of those 2 receivers would be nice. All right, we're going Bijan here. Bijan start at the 8 spot. Raphael in the house. Pat, what's up? Nick Bach. I wish I was in the middle of the flock and pound. Yeah, that'd be quite the sandwich right there. We'd have to charge extra for that one. Flocka. What's up? What's up, Scoot? What's up, James? Who's your highest exposed team? I think you mean player. And yeah, it's gonna be our boy on the thummy, Mr. Roshan. 22%. And I want that to go higher. So he's on the thummy. We're gonna see if the boys will try to shut that down. I think K White here is in the live stream. And if I sound a little off, probably am. Got a little something. The daycare special of the week from Baby Dante. You know how it is. Putt Daddy, what's going on? What's up, Pounders? If you guys haven't already, go down, slap the like on the live stream. We're gonna be doing a 24-hour live stream at 2K subs. Maybe we can bribe Mason to come on the stream. We'll have a ton of fun guests regardless. So if you guys want to see that, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Gibbs and JT. Ooh. Oh, okay. Kind of tempted to bring like Achan into this spot. I don't want to do it just yet, but for maybe some of those last drafts before the season starts, I do want to bring Achan up here for a different combination. But we'll see. I don't think you should do it just yet because he has been sliding. We've seen some crazy Achan slides on Twitter, although I do think those are going to stop. What the heck are the chances? K White must be in the stream. Or this guy read my mind. Puka Devon Achan. Drake London. Yeah, that would have been ideal. Let's go Olave here. I don't want this to be 0. We'll get our first share of Olave on BBM draft number 50. We're going to catch up a little bit on Olave and Nico as well. But some of these, in my opinion, like some of these Houston ADPs, they have to be wrong. Like someone's got to miss. Who's it going to be? And I think it probably ends up being Diggs. But yeah, Diggs going extremely close to where Tank Dell is now. So that Diggs fade has been nice. They're 3 picks apart. And I'll go Diggs over Pittman. But I think Dell should be over Pittman. Zay Flowers is just such a tough sell for me. Such a tough sell. Exposure review, yeah, 100%. Yeah, we did one at, I want to say 40 drafts. So it wasn't that long ago. We dove in, but we'll be able to dive in even further. So obviously, we get a Bijan share here. We have 5 Bijan teams out of our 49 squads. Debo Samuel, 80% of those. Like, that is a major, like, red flag. For the portfolio, like, slow down on that combination. And if you guys are wondering where we're getting this from, bestballoverlay.com, you could have it too. Promo code Pounders, all caps, $20 a month. Brings it down from 30. Yeah, this is like an exposure. Like, this is obviously way too high of a confidence rate in that pairing. So being able to mix that up feels really good. Yeah. Yeah, he's fallen quite a bit, and he's someone that we projected to fall. Now, it wasn't 1-2 at BBM. I want to say it was 1-2 in the big board. Go Pittman. Man, I just don't see it. I don't see it for Pittman. Let's bring in Tank Dell here. We started double bye week 12, just something to note. Up in 8 picks. We'll see who these guys leave us. Pickens off the board. Chad in the house. What's up, baby? 2 team is nasty with RBs going so early. Yeah, this looks good. This looks very good. Yeah, someone had to get the value, and unfortunately, the value stopped at us, and then it picked back up afterwards. We could have gone, basically, Olave at ADP was next avail. Frank in the house, drafting next to the Flocker. Sultan, yeah, some of these badgeless names I don't recognize. Paper God. Maybe 1.5 milli. That'll make you a paper god. K White going Derrick Henry. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Said, I don't need wide receivers. Oh, my. Oh, my. The 12 spot. Oh, my. What? Give us T. Higgs. I don't even care. We'll go Amari Cooper or T. Higgs here. We'll just figure out by week 12. We'll just figure it out. Yo, from Barbados. Enjoy, man. Have a drink for me. Ooh. Ooh. So hot. Want to touch the hiney. Sam Laporta, 41. Kind of tickles me the right way as well. Kind of tickles me the right way. But let's still go T. Higgs. All right, bye week 12, gonna be a rough one. We're not scared. Yeah, Gronk wanted the Laporta click. We let him slide. In this room, I want to be in a good spot with wide receivers. With that running back start at pick 56, it could be Bear. We could be looking at, like, if Godwin's not there, if Ridley's not there. I'm not the highest on Keenan Allen, who goes at 54. So let's get our 3 wide receivers after doing a little Bijan. Probably a hero running back build, I would assume. Unless somehow there was a fall on ETN or... Yeah, Pacheco's already off the board. He went at 38. What is happening? I guess it's not too crazy getting a different combination, and he is probably likely to rise too. You had ETR come out with like the risers from this past week, and it looks like Pacheco, ETN up a spot in ADP, both of them. It's like, oh wow, did we hit the tipping point at wide receiver being boosted up? And clearly not, with ETN going at 48. But ETN, someone that we have 16% of in BBM, someone that I still have aggressively ranked. And it's what makes it so difficult for me to go some of these second round running backs where I feel very confident in ETN in the 4th round. What's my highest exposure? I know for season long, it's Rashawn. It's in the 30% and nothing else is close. For BBM, where we're only 49 in, we might see Tyler Lockett at 27% just because of the wide receiver dead zone. Downs, I'm sure Burton's going to be high. He's at 20%. But yeah, Rashawn's in the top. He's in the top 5. Hunter Henry is probably going to be super high as well. 35%. All right, might be Hunter Henry in BBM. I'm glad Fant's above ADP or above 8%. Ooh. Okay. We get Godwin to come back to us. I think we go Godwin here. Yeah, I mean, if Pittman hits at that ADP, A-Rich is a top 3 QB. So if I select Pittman, I need A-Rich, right? That's really the way that team makes sense for me. Unless does A-Rich get hurt and Pittman hits with Flacco. I mean, I guess that could be possible. But when I get Pittman, I very much make it a priority to bring in A-Rich. Flock with Justin Jefferson, Barkley, DJ Moore, Zay Flowers, and Dalton Kincaid start. I'm just not too crazy with Zay Flowers and not having Lamar. Smooth Criminal in the house. Yeah, he's in the room. That's why. Clickbait. He clickbaited him. I saw the title, $50 draft. I'm like, oh, it looks like we're not going to be in the same room. Then we got surprised. Jordan Addison, C-Watt at 61. Go get your guys. These two on the back at 11 and 12, wild cards. Absolute wild cards. RB start. They need to double tap receiver again in a not wide receiver friendly zone. We might just keep the pressure on. If Pitts falls to us, do we just go Pitts? It's Pitts or it's Rice. It's gonna put us in a weird spot, but let's do it anyways. We get a 5-pick drop on Pitts. Obviously, this is gonna make Kirk Cousins one of our primary targets at QB with Bijan. It's just tough because week 12, there's just a lot of targets in the middle and end of the draft that I like to pad my team with. So knowing that those guys, we're really not going to be able to target them. Or we're going to take a 60-point total on week 12, and that's just not acceptable. Not in a 2 out of 12. In a 2 out of 12 advance, it's very punishing to have a 60 or 80-point week. But let's correlate Atlanta here, and we'll say Drake London is the odd man out on this team. Which Pitts for his ADP. I want to be above 8%, so I'm going to find a way to make this one work. And I feel good about it that we caught up at receiver to allow ourselves to bring in Pitts here. Olave, Tank Dell, T. Higgs, Chris Godwin. Nick Bach bringing in Rice at 64. I've been trying to get ahead of the Rice potential rise. We're at 10% right now. I mean, there's a potential for him to fall, right? You get some negative news. The suspension comes out. It's more than 4 games. Oh my God. The Badgeless are just doing their thing tonight. They are doing their thing. And this is part of waiting till July. This is part of waiting till, August to really ramp up. Is you're going to get so many new players on this platform, and they're going to see 1.5 million at first. Okay, I'll do that. I'm a fantasy football genius. I play in a 6-man league with my buddies. Full PPR. Sorry. 8 games, he goes near JMO. If he gets 8 games, yeah, that's pretty punishing for his ADP. What a weird spot this is. What a weird spot this is. I'm pretty sure we can push Burrow. Where did Stroud go? Stroud went at 74 to the Nico team, which makes sense. Sometimes Stroud will fall to this area, and I'm still waiting to get one of those in BBM. Actually, now that I think about it, I think I got one on draft like 47. Well, Stroud double stack after ADP, but he's been sliding, and when the market shows you that someone like that is sliding, you just wait. You just wait to draft those stacks. What makes me so ahead of market on Stevenson? Well, I just go ahead and I look at who the RB2 is in New England. Someone that has a fumbling problem. So how much are you going to trust that person in the red zone? And really, I'm not too far ahead of ADP. I have him above David Montgomery, and that's just from literally like who can have the majority of their offense. With Gibbs there, it's just not possible for David Montgomery. It's just not possible. For David Montgomery to unlock his true upside, he would need an injury to Gibbs. A young player. I like to lean into... Ooh, so now here, I think we go QB. Let's bring in Burrow here. Pair it with T. Higgs. We need a Denver bring back. I saw that my Denver bringbacks using the graphs on bestballoverlay.com. I think they're going to be released tomorrow. We've just been doing some testing. Shows you basically digest your whole portfolio, and it will show you what game stacks every single game for week 17. What percent you own a game stack in your portfolio? And my Denver bringbacks were low. So maybe like a McLaughlin for this team. What is this? Is this a weekly winners team? Like all week 12 and 14? What? It's definitely not an eliminator squad. Up in 11 picks. Frank brings in Jalen Warren at 92. Flock brings in Zamir. Someone I know he wasn't too thrilled to draft a couple weeks back, but he was going earlier. Let's check the BBM database on Zamir White. In the last month, he's fallen one spot. And my take on Zamir is I think you can wait to draft him. I think his situation can only get worse. Right? Like, I'm at field at 8%, but I'm not going to go crazy on Zamir White right now. Yeah. Also excited for Drake May and just seeing this New England offense maybe take a step forward. Be really tough to take a step back from what we saw last year. James in the house. Pounders. What's up, baby? 1331, 1232. Some of these roster constructions are a little tough. Palmer would have been a target for us at 104. Fournette to Las Vegas. I mean, if P. Ryan gets cut, I don't know. Las Vegas, who'd they bring in? Madison. So maybe that does add a little bit of safety to Zamir, but I don't think they're completely out of the running to bring in another RB. Oh, dear. Might have to do the Dobbs thing. Just because of bye weeks. Kind of backed ourselves into this corner. 117. Let's bring in Dobbs here. At 2% Dobbs. Think this is a good spot for this specific team to bring him in. And we're super balanced right now. When you bring in Olave, I really want to bring in Derek Carr. Can you stop it just Derek Carr and Burrow with the same bye week 12? That's kind of rough. Damn, boy. Las Vegas got the best buffets. B-Rob goes off at 105. Probably good for us. We can't really afford... Again, I don't think we can afford to go B-Rob. We have to get off this bye week 12 and 14 thing. We also have Kirk Cousins that we want to target for our double stack with Pitts and Bijan. 149. We have to keep an eye on where the Drake London team is, which is Nick Bach. A pounder in the live stream. Damn, boys. I mean, if you're going to give me Shaheed 10 picks after ADP, I think I'm just going to take him, even if it's detrimental to our week 12 bye week thing. We have the double stack now with Olave. Man, it's good. I mean, we have options open for our QBs. Live a little bit. That's what we're doing. Live a little bit. We're not going to be a bye week, bro, tonight. Not tonight. Not on draft number 50. We're not going to disappoint the crowd like that. Draft the best team. It's easy. That's all you have to do. See what Flock does here. He brought in Jordan Love at 102. Does he go Wicks at 115? Seems a little early. 122. I think he's going to try to push him to ADP or after ADP. I guess if he wanted that correlation, he could have just done it. But maybe seeing some of these QBs come off the board early scared him. You have Dak go off the board at 109? And it goes to the Lamar team. The team that needed receivers. Ah, what is happening? Dak at 109. He drops a full round. Dak's ADP, like... In my opinion, it's nice. It's nice. This feels correct. Like, Tua going by Goff feels very much so. Very correct. I need to get my Goff shares up. And we will. But he's not someone that I'm too worried about slamming early as someone I don't project to rise. Yeah, Dak is some clean value this year. Like, at that ADP, just a good advance rate click. K. White goes Justin Herbert. This guy's still got 3 receivers through 10 rounds. Sorry, K. White, man. I think you're paying the rate, dude. We appreciate it. We need at least one of you to pay the rake, and he volunteered. One spot doesn't have any QBs yet. Has that double in Seattle. Has the triple in Seattle. Get ready for a wild reach on Geno. He says not yet. He brings in Zeke. Yeah, I was looking at my exposure to Rico because he goes in this range of several RBs. Looks like I have zero. Like zero Rico and BBM. None. And I'm okay with it. I just really don't see the bull case on Rico. I'm sorry. I think Zeke's going to have the red zone role in Dallas. I just don't see it being a good thing right now for Rico. Yeah, this is a very strange room, which is good. I mean, that's why you save your drafts. Oh, we're going to get Zach Charbonnet here? We could go Ford as a... I don't think we can. Nick Box right here. Tough when you have a pounder in the live stream with you and you think out loud. Let's just bring in Charbonnet first. Rico is a desperation click for RB5. Damn, boy. How did two people type the same exact thing? I only like Rico's a desperation RB5. Are you guys twins? What is happening? Isn't the bull case Rico just the RB1? Yeah, I mean, as an undrafted free agent, Rico just doesn't do it for me. And he hasn't really done anything for us to be so bullish on him. So, I don't know. That click is one that I'm just staying away from. If I get burned by Rico, then I get burned by the Rico. It is what it is. You got to make your stand somewhere, though. Even if he is, even if he has more juice than Zeke, right? And there's a very good chance he does. When it gets down to the goal line, who are you going to bet on to have those high touch? I like the Miller click. I think Marshawn Lloyd here. Let's get this exposure up a little bit. Let's boost this up. Can we guarantee? I mean, the Drake London team is to our right. So let's go Marshawn Lloyd here, and let's try to push Captain Kirk basically to after ADP at 152. You also have some of these signs coming that from the room that these QBs are going after ADP. Another reason why I'd want to push my QB2. And if we miss on it, we have Olave and Shaheed. So we could just focus. We could focus that. But again, both of these QB stacks that we want are by week 12. With Burrow, who's by week 12. So maybe we find a late stack. We have Stevenson. Maybe we bring in Hunter Henry and we try to get Drake May. We also have the Burton click for correlation. And we do like to double stack these pocket passing QBs. Nick goes, you don't need Cousins. Carr better, says the London drafter. I mean, you took Kendra from me, man. You took Kendra from me. I don't know what to tell you. Kendra's ADP was like 162 in the big board. So you actually saw a pretty good... Oh! We both get sniped! Nick, we both get sniped. I was going to give him to you. The whole time. Son of a gun. Would you look at that? Just look at it. So far for the listeners, we have Joe Burrow, Bijan Robinson, Stevenson, Charbonnet, Lloyd, Olave, Tank Dell, T. Higgs, Chris Godwin, Romeo Dobbs, Shaheed, and Kyle Pitts. I mean, that's pretty damn balanced. If you ask me, this guy's got 3 QBs. I'm just glad he didn't go another. Damn, boy. Like, slow down on that. There are so many clicks I want to make in this one freaking spot. That's ADP. I kind of want to go Hunter Henry here, or let's go to Mario Douglas first. Let's go to Mario Douglas first, just because of the 35% and the 6%, and getting another wide receiver off of bye week 12. Probably going to be more important than the Henry click for us right now. And you still have TJ Hawk that's there falling after ADP. You have the Burton stack. With the bye week 12 thing, I'm getting a little sketched out. So he's not a bad backup if we don't get who we want. So basically, any mix of these three players would be fine. We have Wright here too, which I think makes sense for this particular squad. This is a likely team. Every team's a likely team. We just need more information. Like, imagine you get news that they're going to run more two tight end sets this year, which is what you need basically for likely. It's the whole reason why like Fant sucked. Well, they ran 3 tight ends legit. Like he was getting like 45% of the snap counts. Now some of those backup tight ends out of town, Fant becomes a better click. But likely has definitely been in the shadow of Andrews when Andrews is healthy and on the field. And it's not from like a skill level perspective, although Andrews is a beast. They just don't run 2 tight end sets. So if that changes this year, which I would think it would, unless you want to see Nelson Aguilar. Possibly. Does 2 tight end do it, or does he need an Andrews injury? That's going to depend on, again, we're not 100% certain. God. The bye week 12 thing's sketching me out still. I like this. We're done at tight end. We bring in a triple stack in New England. We have Derek Carr as an option. We have Drake May as an option at QB. Can we stop here at these 7 receivers? 1, 2. We have 3 bye week 12s, which isn't too big of a deal. We could get by with Tank Dell, Chris Godwin, Dobbs, and Mario Douglas for 1 week. The other tough spot is you also have we have our RB1 on bye that same week, so we'll see. We'll see what comes back to us. This could be 3 QBs. Could be 2 QBs. It's going to feel better with Derek Carr and May, I would think. We're done at tight end. That's why I like the Hunter Henry click here. Let me see my pairings with Pitts. 4 teams, combinations, Hunter Henry. I'm just curious how much Henry Pitts. 2 of those 4 teams have Henry, so now it'll be 3 out of 5. It's a good combo in my opinion. Max Sauce in the house. What's up, man? What's good, Pounders? Yeah, if you see more 12 personnel, like you're gonna be very happy. But oh my God, Kendrick Bourne at 171. You guys think I'm the Pats homer? We found him. Oh, this is the same guy that went Kirk Cousins. Demarcus Robinson's there. I want to go Drake May for some reason. Nick Box scares me, bro. Nick Box scares me. I don't think this is the way I wanted to motivate you. Is this because of that Twitter post where we started CMC JT Barkley? I was afraid that Drake May was going to get sniped. Let's secure this triple stack in New England. Bag secured. Bag secured. I think we can get away with one more running back. 1 QB and 1 receiver. That's what it's looking like. That's what it's looking like. Likely off the board at 182. Yeah, we can't look at tight ends. We just can't. Mims would be nice as a bring back for the Cincy stack. That's an option. Is someone going to snipe Derek Carr, though? Like, I'm having bad vibes about pushing Carr. And again, we're at 2%. Like, I don't want to be at 2%. So having my exposures on the screen really helping me adjust on the fly. I don't want to be 2% Derek Carr. Like, his upside's not crazy, but he could still be a very good advance rate free quarterback at the end of these drafts. Baker's another one that's sliding. We have Godwin. If there was a way we could guarantee McMillan, Nick Box still needs his second QB. He says, fuck a QB. There's no way we're getting McMillan back to us. Say we pass on that. Let's go Rashawn. Let's get our last RB. We're going to stop here at 5 with Roshan. This is a go get your guys draft. This isn't an ADP draft. This is go get your guys draft. On multiple levels. Flock brings in his third QB, just a falling Baker. It's not correlated. He's probably just using it as like an advance rate piece, which maybe he's setting up McMillan or Cade Otton. Can he afford to go another tight end? Not really. Kind of hoping for McMillan, maybe a late Trey Palmer. But he's also not overly worried about week 17 correlation stacks. I just don't know how many points above replacement you're getting from Baker Mayfield in that combo. Demarcus Robinson goes to the Staffy team. 20 picks after ADP. 172 is so rich for Demarcus Robinson. It's so rich. Like, I'll get my shares from Demarcus Robinson in the Eliminator. In a floor type contest. Flock with 6 receivers. Oh dear. What happened? Oh dear. I gotta get this down. This is part of my Josh Allen bringbacks. We have a Josh Allen problem. You see Josh Allen in the 4th round and you just, you draft Josh Allen. It's easy math. It's really simple math. If he gets McMillan, that'd be really nice for him. McMillan never falls in drafts that I need a receiver in this range. But if we don't get Rashawn, in my opinion, we might need to turn it into a 6 RB build. And I don't love that. Oh, yeah. He's getting McMillan if he wants it. We have 2 picks left. Where did Carr go, man? Why? Just using him as an advance rate piece, as a second QB. So much pain. So much pain. Bryce Young and Sanders. Oh my god. Screw everyone. We're going Daniel Jones here. We need another QB. There's so many backstacks for Daniel Jones. We get a little week 16 correlation with Kyle Pitts too, along with Bijan in this Giants game. Logan, what are you at? What are you at? All right. He was on the thummy. You knew it was coming. The click was coming. You knew the click was coming. I've done this many. Can you see it? That. None on DK, man. None. None on drafters. We just literally put all our energy towards Underdog ADP as well as just the Underdog draft scene. All the different contests on Underdog. We would be able to if there's a 15-second draft, but let's see after we review everyone's team. Here's off at 202. If you guys are enjoying the live stream, go down, slap the like on the live stream. We'll be doing a 24-hour live stream at 2K subs. So if you guys enjoy the content, hit the sub button. Help us get to that goal. The old Daniel Jones end of draft. Old faithful. Even if he pads you in the beginning of the season for when Drake May starts, gives you a couple spike weeks. I think the fear with Daniel Jones is obviously the injuries and then and then the contract with him potentially not playing those last few games if they're not in playoff contention. But if he gives you a few spike weeks over the course of the season, you're probably pretty happy with it with the 17th, 18th round click. You're probably pretty happy. %67% through 17 drafts. Hey, DMO in the house says, I'm fading DK. They've lost my loyalty. Yeah, they've been pulling some crazy shit. We already have a triple stack in New England. I think Baker's overkill. Let's see Underdog's ADP. They have Tracy at the top here. We have Tracy at 204. This is a Hyatt click, boys. This is how you backstack Daniel Jones. You save your draft. We have the Cincy. We didn't get a bring back in Denver. It just didn't fall to us the way the roster construction that we needed in the players in those ranges. It was just, we ended up getting our correlation with the QBs. All three QBs are correlated. We have a single stack with Daniel Jones, bring back with Kyle Pitts and Bijan in week 16. So maybe that gets us. Maybe that gets us in. We have the triple stack in New England with Drake May and then a single stack with T. Higgs. It was just going to be tough to bring in Burton as well. Having 1, 2, 3, 4 receivers on by week 12 with our RB1. Like, we were going to be struggling to find 3 receivers to start anyways. Now you need 3 receivers and a flex from 2 of these RBs. That would have been detrimental. Sanders off the board at 212. Sanders still feels pretty safe to me. It's a little ambiguity in that tight end room, but I have Sanders as the favorite. Juwan Johnson's also interesting. 3 tight end sets or even 2. Like, if you give me a 2 tight end room where maybe it's an elite, maybe it's anyone but Kincaid and Pitts by week 12, or even then, who cares? It's a last round pick. What if he gets right by week 2? What if he starts the season? Maybe not likely, but we don't have a lot of information on that injury, and he's someone that you could get a big rise out of. We see him go to the 2 spot right before the draft ends. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Let's go. In the house. First time live. Welcome, man. Welcome. All right. Let's see how those teams turned out. That was BBM number 50. And we are going to label this one before we forget. We have not done a BBM for... We've put it off for how long? 8 days. It felt so much longer. It felt so much longer. I'm almost embarrassed. I thought it was like 2 weeks. 8 days. We haven't done a BBM in 8 days. God damn. 7-9, right? What's the date? 7-9. All right. We had a pounder in the 5 spot. Frank, Tua, Deshaun, and Levis. We have Rashad White, Warren, Spears, Ty Chandler, and Foreman. Sort of like a hero RB or a modified hero running back build. There's enough there. Obviously, you need stuff to go right, but you could have enough touches, ping pong some of these RBs. Chase, Waddle, Smith, Cooper, Ridley, Deontay Johnson, Jermaine Burton, and Marvin Mims with Njoku and Sanders. As you can see, like, Frank uses the overlay. You can see there's week 16 EV in here. There's week 17 EV. There's player stacks. You have a little bit of everything. Look at this super stacked positive EV team if this thing makes the playoffs with some of this correlation and bringbacks. Absolutely insanity. He has a triple stack in Cleveland with Deshaun Watson. He has the single stack in Miami. He has the bringback in Amari Cooper and Njoku week 17, as well as Foreman. So give me one of those. And then with Levis, he has Spears and Calvin Ridley. No week 16 or 17 bring back for that. But, like, there's so much here. And just really, really well played. Fantasy Flock, Mason, Jordan Love, Caleb, as well as Baker Mayfield, Barkley, Mixon, Zamir, Jalen Wright, and Antonio Gibson. That's one of the Gibson clicks. Really fun pairing with Jalen Wright. Someone that might not be getting a whole lot of work early in. Maybe there's an injury. And Antonio Gibson being able to pad some of those early season, maybe slow start. But also having 3 RBs by Zamir, like you're getting plenty of touches. Justin Jefferson, DJ Moore, Zay, Brian Thomas, Mike Williams, Josh Downs, McMillan, and Zay Jones. It's kind of a tougher room. Probably leans into like Mike Williams getting healthy and staying healthy early. Brian Thomas having a pretty good role early. I could see it working out, but it might be some struggles in there. Kincaid and Musgrave, I like that pairing. He pairs Musgrave with Jordan Love. He has the bring back in JJ. Single stacks everywhere else. He made it work. QB, I don't think it's an overspend at QB. I just wonder how many points you're getting from Baker, where I might want another receiver. But he gets McMillan to fall back to him. That was an absolute gift. So really, that was well played by Mason there. Nick Bach in the 9-hole. Jalen Hurts and Russell Wilson. Nick Bach also using the bestballoverlay.com tools. Overlay as well as draft tools. Promo code Pounders, all caps, for 33% off. Jalen Hurts and Russell Wilson. There's definitely a hole in my portfolio on Russ. But we're just not going to know. We're not going to know who's going to be playing at the end of the season for Pittsburgh at QB. I have come around to thinking that maybe there is a better chance that Russ just keeps the job, just plays well enough to keep the job. So I got to mix in a little more Russ with my next 100 shares of BBM. Josh Jacobs, Aaron Jones, B-Rob. So 3 RBs by B-Rob. Kendra Miller and Jaleel McLaughlin, super balanced here. A.J. Brown, Drake London, George Pickens, Rashee Rice, bring back play in this Pittsburgh stack with Russ. Keon Coleman at 81, Judy, Quentin Johnson, and Troy Franklin. Definitely a fun wide receiver core. You need some shit to go right, but it's high ceiling, high risk. Goddard, Smith, and Gesicki. I'm probably stopping at 2 tight ends here. But you want to know what? It's likely it's a luxury pick. This looks very balanced to me. Probably leaning into Rice not getting too many games. Where are you guys on Judy? Like, I can't get there. I can't get there. I think we have to call it after this one. I'm gonna have to help with bedtime. We got the text. We got the text. So let me know where you guys are on Judy. Leave it in the comments. And appreciate you guys watching another one. This was BBM 5 number 50. We're gonna have some mini marathons coming up where we do 2, 3, 4 drafts. So keep an eye out for that. And I appreciate you watching. Slap the like on the way out. We'll catch you on the next one. Pounders.